Hello viewers, it's five-time Tony winner Audra McDonald here, disguised as Broadway and West End star Tom Edden. And we are behind the Theatre Royal Haymarket. We're not in New York anymore, it's colder, it's older, it must be New York's big brother, London. And they've convinced me to rejoin the cast of One Man, Two Guvnors, that hit show, because I got a call from Angela Lansbury at 4 o'clock in the morning, and she said that the show was suffering without me. And I insisted that I was playing Fantine in the movie of Les Mis, and that I couldn't do it. Anne Hathaway pulled some strings, and I got kicked out. Hugh Jackman is furious, but I'm here so that the music box could stage Dead Accounts, which was a good description of my bank balance after 5 months in New York. Okay, let's go into the theatre through the stage door, and I'll tick in to show that I'm here. Look how early I am. Tom Edden, that's me. I'm just gonna put Tony nominee behind that because, you know, just out of respect. Now, I'll tell you, the Theatre Royal Haymarket was built in 1821, so it's a whole 100 years older than the Music Box Theatre at West 45th Street. The first theatre in the world to perform a scheduled matinee in 1873. Did you know that? No. Now, because it is the Theatre Royal Haymarket, this is the royal room. Whenever members of the royal family, in particular Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II, comes to see a show, this is where they sojourn during the intermission. And in fact, she did come and see this show in summer when I was in New York. I was meeting Joan Rivers and Rita Moreno, and they were meeting their sovereign. But let's face it, there's plenty more queens in New York than there are in London. Do you recognize this name? No? Well, you will after we say hello. Is she ready? Is she cleaned? Is she shaved? Jodie Prenger! Broadway.com viewers, I can't see that 5 o'clock shadow.
Can you not realise?
Not at all.
Oh my god, my ears have been called Fred, they're no longer anymore.
Jodie Prenger,
Yes,
how
Tom
are you?
Edden. I'm alright, Tom Edden. How are you?
Have I got cold hands?
Why, you know what they say?
Yes.
Cold hands, warm heart.
That's right. Now, Jodie and me have performed together since 2008. 4 years ago.
4 years ago, and we're still friends. That's amazing.
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
Now, in seriousness, Jodie, in all seriousness, this is quite an achievement, I would say, from moving from being a West End musical leading lady into this, which is a play. You don't sing anything, you have a little number,
No, not at all.
but then most people do. I describe how it feels to make that transition.
I've absolutely loved every minute of it. I was scared. Was you scared the first day? You know, like in the rehearsal room was when everyone kind of stood, because you stand in this rehearsal room with loads of people that you're never going to see again, and half the people you're going to share the rest of your life with. It was one of the best kind of experiences in my career so far, without any shadow of a doubt. It's a brilliant kind of entity to work in, and I just think, so if you like a bit of a sing-song, go for it. If you don't, get your backside into doing a play.
Jodders, it's always a pleasure.
Never a chore.
Never a chore. And look, she's even painted this beautiful graphic. Look, isn't that lovely? Because she's hardly ever on stage, and she's here with a brush and her oils.
I love feeding the cast. If you ever go into performing arts or show business, always feed him. Because the saying goes, if you can't be thin, make your friends fatter.
And with that pearl of wisdom, we tear ourselves away. You know she's a man in drag. Okay, up the stairs we go. Now, seeing as we can't go into the auditorium, this is an interesting picture. The first play to open here was called The Rivals in 1821. There it is, 4th of July, 1821. And this is a gorgeous picture of what the theatre looked like at that time. Look at that. And that's all us at the end of One Man, Two Guvnors. Lovely, I like that picture. I might nick it when I leave. Hello? Hello? So this is my dressing room. In New York, they understood my status as a performing artist, and they gave me a dressing room by myself. But as is, in London, I have to slum it with other members of the cast, one of which is the gorgeous Nigel Betts. Say hello to the perverts online.
Hello, how are you?
Tell us what you're doing right now, Nigel.
I'm painting military figures from 1690, because I need something to keep me brain occupied when I'm not on stage.
Look at that beautiful artistry. Nigel, you're I don't know, what are you?
It keeps me off the streets, a military historian.
You're a Renaissance man.
I am.
That's the phrase I was looking for. So come through. This is my lowly corner. But as usual, here we are. This is my rubbish all on here. the makeup and everything like that. Steel toe cap boots for knocking all the doors. Also, quite useful at the end of the night if the autograph hunters get a bit zealous. This moth-eaten tank top has been worn by me unwashed for 20 months. This got me nominated for a Tony, this tank top. I think I should have it framed afterwards or put in a museum in my honour. Now then, here we are. Hello? Hello? It's empty. Wine?
What are you doing?
What's going on?
Are you Tom Edden?
Yes, I am Tom Edden.
Is this the tank top that got you nominated?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, it's a bit tight, but I'm a big boy.
Take off those sunglasses. Show yourself.
No, I'm a star. I'm Tom Edden.
It's Owen Arthur, ladies and gentlemen. It's massive. Let's have a look. Look at this. You could quite happily live in this.
I tell you what, though, some people have vandalised this room.
Who?
I'm very angry with them. I don't know. You might know them. They've written in here.
Oh, look, that's great. What have we got here?
Who's Ian McKellen?
Ian Mavellen.
Ian Mavellen. Oh, I see.
Ian Mavellen. Penelope Keith. Joanna Lumley. Oh, that's great. Are you going to sign it?
But, no, I'm not a vandal.
Oh, and in all seriousness, you're doing a magnificent job here, and you've been playing this part since
March.
Did you feel any pressure taking over the part, or is the pressure more from just the athletic nature of the tiring job? What's been the most challenging part of doing it?
The hard work is the marathon that is one man, two Guvnors. Yes. Every show, I sweat like a
fat lass in a chip shop.
That's it, yeah. And I do have to change my costume in the interval because I sweat so much, because it is hard work.
Sometimes I see a patch on the back of his waistcoat where sweat hasn't got to, which is often extraordinary.
Yeah, maybe that'll happen in a matinee.
What were you doing outside the National Theatre? When we were opening the National Theatre, you were in the vicinity before you got the part as James's understudy and then eventually took over, and now you're this big star in West End. What were you doing?
Selling hot dogs.
He was selling hot dogs outside the National Theatre.
I fed you whilst you were rehearsing. I was feeding you and James and Jemima and Ollie.
I've never turned my nose up at one of Owen's sausages, and I never will. Well, here I am, as you'll never see me again now that Owen Arthur has vandalised my costume and stretched it out of proportion. This is a nostalgic look at how it should have been. And Broadway.com viewers, I feel like we're old friends now that you've seen me in Broadway and now in the cold, old city of London that I love as my home. And if you feel like popping over the Atlantic one last time to see me before January the 12th or after as the show soldiers on into the mists of the future, then I would love to see you at stage door and we'll go for a little drink in Soho. So, Broadway.com viewers, I love you all unconditionally. Come and see the show if you're one of the few on earth that haven't. God save the Queen.